Hi, how are you doing? I hope you had a great weekend. So this article, CNBC released an article about Conti ransom leaks, and I'm referring back to Monica Buchanan Petrelli, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. But she did some really interesting work and a great article I wanted to add some light to. And basically, what it was that a major a ransomware group has pretty much, if you were working on the inside of it, you would look like any other company to you. Um, as a matter of fact, based on some of the documents that have been leaked, and we'll talk a little bit about that, um, cybersecurity experts believe that some of the workers were told that they were working for an ad company and were likely completely unaware of the criminal nature of the work that they were doing. So there's a Russian group that was identified by the FBI. You may have heard of them. They're one of the more prolific groups out there, and they're called the Conti Group. And basically, recently, a series of documents were leaked that detailed the size and depth and scale of this organization. So this was probably done by a disgruntled reporter. I mean, not a reporter, a disgruntled employee. Decided to do this document leak. But let's just talk about how profitable they were. The group came out on the forefront in about 2020 as one of the biggest ransom organizations in the world, and they estimate that their whole organizational size is about 350 people. Not that a fairly decent sized company, but not an incredibly large company, compared to the fact that they did $2.7 billion in cryptocurrency in less than 2 years. And so the FBI had put Conti's ransomware exploits as one of the top three variants, and it basically they have been at the target of critical infrastructure here in the United States, and they focus mostly on their niche or their business specialty has been manufacturing, commercial facilities, food and agricultural sectors as well. And so what happened was one of the employees did a leak starting on February 28th, and it looks like it was targeted along with the Russia's invasion of the Ukraine 4 days afterwards. And soon after the leak started, somebody started posting to a Twitter account called Conti Leaks, and they leaked thousands of the group's internal messages alongside pro-Ukrainian statements. The Twitter account, unfortunately, has been disabled, and Twitter, and CNBC was not able to contact the owner. So what's really interesting about this is the hierarchy of this organization. So they had things from internally. If you didn't know, they would do things like the employee of the month. Some, the salaried workers, and these guys are working in Russia where the cost of living is a lot lower, but the salaried workers were paid in Bitcoin, plus performance reviews and training opportunities like you do in any large organization. Some of the more prized higher roles in the company were negotiators. These are the people who would be, talking to the other side once a ransomware was placed in there, and they were paid 0.5% to 1% of the ransom. So the average ransom right now is about $75,000. So they were getting, about $7,500, anywhere from $4,000 to $7,500 per ransom. And they had an employee referral program with bonuses for employees who recruited others to work for them at least a month. And the employee of the month earns a bonus equal to half their salary. And but there were some bad things. Unlike other above the average companies, Conti finds underperformers according to an organization called Checkpoint Research. So that was there. So here I wanted to just give you a couple of key points here. The huge leak of the internal documents thought to be an act of revenge over Conti's pro-Russian stance. The messages showed that Conte operates much like a regular company with regular salaried workers, bonuses, and performance reviews. And, and a lot of the people working there don't know who they're working for and what they were doing. As far as that was concerned, they thought they were working for a legitimate company. Conte is still, because they operate in Russia, there is a strong belief that they might be working, the Russian government might be supporting them or protecting them. We don't have an absolute on that, so I can't say one way or another. It's certainly suspect to it, and it wouldn't be surprising. But to keep in mind is that they're not going away anytime soon. This has just been a leak inside of the organization, just to show you how big a business cybercrime really is. And so that's what I wanted to leave you with here on today's message, was really to talk about, that they are well funded, that they are very profitable, and they're not going away anytime soon. So, if you need some help, a lot of these exploits that they do, with good cyber hygiene and good cybersecurity frameworks, really can minimize your impact or potential exposure to these type of organizations. And like I said, I have a little document here that I've linked below about 15 ways that we can help you, for you to help yourself actually with your cybersecurity. So thank you guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.